Good morning, Street Switch Photography back in town on a Tuesday market day today, and it's quite busy. I've already been round and had a look for some CDs that I wanted to buy. I got The Verb, an album, and I also got an Oasis album on CD, which I'm quite pleased with. £1 each off the market in town. If I see anything or see any anything I need to record, there's nothing that's generally what I'm down here to actually record today, but yeah, we'll see what happens. See you in a minute. So again, as we're walking through town and everything, I just thought I'd point out there is a larger police presence just recently. We've been spotting cars left, right and centre, and normally, you know, you see them and everything else, and then they just bloody disappear. Where are they gone? They've gone somewhere. Somebody taking photos of the monument. There they are, look over, talking to pedestrians and stuff like that, which is a good thing, engaging with the public and everything else. Very different. So today's conversation piece is I've been given a bit of a challenge and everything else, because with what's been happening around other towns and cities, with migrants moving into them and everything else, there's been a lot of what we call ghost kitchens. Now, what's a ghost kitchen? A ghost kitchen is basically something that you can go and get an order for Just Eats, and they're making food illegally, no hygiene certificates, they're pretty well hidden, hence the term ghost kitchen. Now, I've had certain reports that there's stuff that goes on somewhere around this vicinity where I'm walking now, which is just up where the bus stops are near the Bell Centre or behind the Bell Centre, so I thought we'd go and take a look and see whether we can spot anything. With it being Tuesday, it's quite busy, so we'll have a look and see what we can find. Turn the camera back round. So ghost kitchens. Yeah, they're an interesting thing. You basically buy food from them online and it gets delivered by somebody with a Just Eats bag that's probably pissed in it or done a multitude of things in it, to be honest. I'm just going to have a quick look at this tree. Now, the report that I've had for this area is basically there's one at the back of here somewhere. So what we'll do is we will take a walk round and have a look. But yeah, there's that tree stump that's been cut down. It's all gone now, as you can see. All been taken down, all gone. Now I'm expecting a phone call off the town estate manager. What about? I don't know. It could be something to do with my video from Scarfest, I don't know. But I haven't signed anything or anything like that, so I'm not too bothered. But I just want to say thank you to somebody that donated something this morning. His name is Chris. I'll be showing you what he's donated to me in a few moments. I've actually been after one of these for a while. It was a zoom camera, a Panasonic zoom camera. The very same sort of thing that DJ Audits uses when he's doing his auditing and stuff like that. Now, it's going to come in very handy for me when I'm doing sort of videos around cities and things like that in the very near future, because you can stand back, you can zoom in. There's that gravestone again, look. I find that a very weird one. But anyway, let's take a walk down here. So yeah, what we're actually looking for is ghost kitchens. So places that are selling food to be delivered illegally. Now, I know we may not have any in Melton, but there was a place listed somewhere near Pera Business Park and a place listed somewhere round here. Now, where would it be? Now, I know they do food in the cutting room, but there couldn't be one round here. Could there? What's it say on this bin? Now, what I've got to do is I've still got to research this, because this is still in the early stages of development for me. But coffee waste only. And loads of other bins, clinical waste and stuff like that round here at the back of the King's Head. Not the King's Head, the cutting room. Now, I like the cutting room, it's a nice cheap. Interesting. So I've just spoke to a friend, a good friend by the way, who's basically does the Deliveroo and everything else, Just Eats and stuff like that, and he hasn't heard of any in Melton. But like I say, they're usually well hidden. They don't sort of advertise the fact that they've got these They've got these ghost kitchens. I don't know what's going on with the ambulance here. None of my business. I won't be recording it because it will be somebody in distress. So I'm not recording that. But yeah, there's an ambulance here on this street here. I'm just going to take a walk down the bottom here and see what's going on. But we will keep looking, and I'll do some research on it, and I'll try and come up with something. If we find any of these illegal food establishments, we will be doing a video on them, and we will be doing an audit, because they shouldn't be operating, should they? When we've got places like here that shut down, but whether they still operate or not, I do not know. Places like this, maybe, I don't know. I've still got to do the research on it and stuff like that. I know we've got some more coffee shops opening in town. But anyway, I'll keep my eye on it. I'm going for a Greggs. See you in a minute. So I'm literally just about to go to the stockyard to go and see if they've got any vinyl records up there. But as I was going back onto the conversation of these ghost kitchens, like I say, I've still got a lot of research to do on them and stuff like that. So I'm going to have to do some tonight for a future video. But I thought I'd have a quick look around town just to see if we could spot anything that was suspicious. And again, I've got a friend that works for Deliveroo, Just Eats and things like that. He's been doing it 5 years, sound bloke. He hasn't actually spotted any round town, but I thought I'd ask him, because you never know, do you? And I know that he'd tell me if there was any. So yeah, I'm going to pop into the stockyard, see if I can find any vinyl or records. I have bought 2 CDs today, the Verve and an Oasis CD, which I'll show you at the end of the video. They cost me £1 each, which I can't complain about, really. This place is looking rather sorry for itself, but it still isn't going to be a car wash because people are still complaining about it and everything else. But there you go, that's a video that doesn't need to happen yet. Let's cross the road and we'll pop in here. I'm going to go and have a look for some vinyl records, and I'll show you what I get at the end of it. See you in a minute. So nothing of any significant interest over at the cattle market. There was some records, but the most valuable one there was £4. I checked it on the app. He wanted £6 for it. And I ain't paying over the odds for something that isn't worth paying for. But I'm going to go and have a look in the hangar and see whether I can find anything in there, because they've got quite a large collection of vinyl in there, and I haven't actually managed to look through the whole lot yet. Now, somebody else that I know has offered for me to look through their collection and see if there's anything that's of interest to me in there. At this stage, I'd say this bloke's just gone through a fucking red light. But yeah, I'll go and have a look in the hangar, see if I can find anything in there. I don't know whether they've updated it since the other day, I don't know. I know they get lots and lots and lots of donations. It's not just records I'm going to be looking for. It's going to be a number of things. I'm going to be looking for camera lenses, cameras, stuff like that, you know, general bits and bobs that I like to pick up at a discount price from second-hand stores. Now, that twat just nearly fucking ran me over. Not the cleverest bloke in the world. You don't just go rolling round a corner without fucking indicating, you knob. But anyway, not having much luck today, am I? So yeah, we'll pop in the hangar. I might have a coffee while I'm in there. I've already had one coffee in town, so what I'll have to do is take a look and see what they've got, and I'll get back to you as soon as I've found something. See you in a minute. So there's nothing of any interest to me in the hangar. I think we've basically run out of all resources of a vinyl. I've checked all the second-hand shops and everything else. There's nothing of any interest whatsoever, so I might move on to CDs. But what I thought I might do is have a look on the market. You can buy these signs like 3 for a tenner, and you can get Vespers and stuff like that, and they're made to look vintage. They're not real, obviously, but it's always worth a look because I like to put them on my wall at home above my computer. Now, I was in the market and there was a guy that had a condenser microphone for sale in there that I could use for YouTube whilst doing live videos at home and stuff like that. Now, I'd have thought I'd probably about a £5 for it, maybe. You know, I asked him and he wanted 15 quid for it, so I checked the price of it on Amazon, £9.99. So you look for the items that I've already sold and you do an average of the item, and then you look at the condition of the item and you basically come up with a price like that. You don't just go for ones that are already for sale, because you could have, say, a 20p stamp from years ago and it's worth 3 quid, and then you see one online because one person selling one for 10,000 quid. They think it's worth 10,000 quid. No. There's always an idiot that will think that, and there's always an idiot that will buy it. That's the problem. Now that's where you've got to be a little bit careful. Again, got to take a walk back into town, see what's going on, and I'm going to go from there. See you shortly. And I just thought I'd start recording because we all know how much I love a fire engine. There they go. The boys in red doing a fantastic job as normal. I don't know where they're off to. They're not on blues and twos. All good. So what I can say is I'm just stood here at the mall at the minute. Used to be an excellent place to come if you wanted a cup of coffee back in the day, and you used to be able to sit in there while your family went and had a look round the shops in there. But here's what they've got planned for it. This is the planning permission put forward and everything else to basically make it into separate shops and everything else. Now I come up with the idea of actually opening like an 80s and 90s bowling alley, or an arcade or something like that for the kids, and putting a cafe in there so parents can actually come down and do whatever they need to do. I want to know what this is all about. What is that? Everybody needs somebody at a time. So if anybody can explain this to me, I don't know what they are. But anyway, back to the planning permission for this. Yeah, it's going to be separate shops and everything else, which I think is probably a good idea. At least it's shops that it's being made into. Like, we haven't got enough empty shops in Melton as it is, but retail space, and apparently it's just going to be updated. I'm going to take a walk down the actual alley or behind it. Now it has been the victim of let's just say vandalism. I wanted to show you this as well. This was recently done. This wall sort of rendered, or whatever you want to, well, whatever you'd call it, but look at the fucking state of it. It's falling off. I mean, it's this place here that's done it. I noticed it the other day, and it's such a shame. I mean, it's all over the floor and fucking everywhere. But anyway, yeah, back to the mall. I don't know what they're going to do with the upstairs. Maybe it'll be turned into flats or something like that, or maybe they could turn that bit into an arcade. Who knows? But I know somebody's interested in the building, and I know something at least is being done with it, which is better than it sitting there and nothing happening with it. But what we don't need is more residential flats and stuff like that, because the pressure on the infrastructure is absolutely massive at the moment, and in the past people seem to have forgotten about that. But anyway, I'm going to walk back into town, see what's going on, go and see if I can find any of these signs that you can buy, and then I'm going to go home and edit this video. It's down there all locked up. Again, we're still looking out for ghost kitchens and stuff like that. That's an interesting one, isn't it? So you can see where we are behind me. This is an old street, this is. Very old street. I used to sleep down here when I was homeless, in the alleyways of the houses. Wait until later on at night, sneak in the alley. Exactly like that one there, number 3A. And slept in there a number of times when it was raining. Sad times, but it's made me who I am today. So, let's get back into town and see what's happening. So I'm just approaching the market where they do these old signs and things like that. I thought I'd go and take a look to see what old signs they've got to stick up on the wall, as there's no vinyl records about anywhere at the moment. And I thought I'd go and take a quick look to see what they've got on the market stalls, as we have got market traders here. It should be a bigger market by rights, but anyway. Donna, she's just gone up there. She's just gone up there. Anyway, I'm going to have a quick look around the market, see what they've got. They've got some of these signs somewhere, I know they have. Things like this, look. As you can see, all Marvel, absolutely everything. I'm looking for things like that, Goodyear and stuff like that. I don't know whether they do 2 or 3 for a tenner. I think it's 3 for a tenner. So I might just grab some of these and see what I can come up with. I'll show you what I got after. So the things I bought off the market was these, the Route 66. My dad used to listen to them all the time. These are the records as soon as I get home. This has only just started recording, hasn't it? So yeah, we've got the Who, another The Who one, and a Route 66 one. Quite nice. Quite enjoy them. I'm going to put them on the wall as soon as I get home, and I'll show you the CDs that I bought when I get home. See you in a minute. So as promised, now I'm home. These are the 2 CDs that I actually bought whilst I was on the market. Let me just clip this to something. I don't know where I'm going to clip it, but I'll find something. A microphone. There we go. So we've got this one here. I think this is the Oasis one. I'm going to be playing them in a few minutes. I obviously can't play them whilst I'm recording because of copyright, but this one's like a little magazine type, well, like a little book type thing. It's got lots of different stuff in it, so that was quite interesting. I bought that one. That cost me £1, and obviously the Verve. That was the Verve I bought. What I'd also like to say thank you for was somebody came up to me, again his name's Chris, and asked if he could make a small donation. I said I'd rather him not make a small donation, as I don't take cash or anything like that off people. I'm not up for that at all. But he said no, it's something else, and then he showed me this. Now what this is a zoom camera, a Panasonic zoom camera. So I can use this to actually zoom in on people or on things that I'm actually interested in taking video of, and I'm going to be using it in the very near future. And I'd just like to say thank you to Chris, and a shout out to Chris for actually donating this to my channel and everything else. I really do appreciate it. Again, I'd also like to say thank you to the person that donated the GoPro. I know that it sort of broke, but everything sort of, I wouldn't have been able to get this camera that I've got now without that camera in the first place. So these 2 things that I have in my hand right now are both donations and helping me keep the quality of 4K up on my channel. Again, this camera that I've got, I can use a microphone with. I can also charge it and everything else. And again, without these 2 people actually donating to the channel, I wouldn't be able to do half the stuff that I actually do. Now in the future, we are going to be doing some different sorts of videos. In other words, we're going to be doing, I'm going to be looking for these ghost kitchens and things like that. We've got some HMOs coming up, some illegal HMOs tonight, and this is the 28th of, hang on, September, October, November, hang on, let me get this right, July. 28th of July is the next council meeting. Tonight I think they've got a scrutiny meeting. So that'll be interesting anyway. I'm going to be watching that tonight, and I'll do a video about that tomorrow or maybe Monday after the weekend sort of thing. We'll see what happens. But this has been Street Switch Photography. If you've enjoyed this video, like and subscribe. Go and hit the notification bell. Give me a big thumbs up or a thumbs down. It's entirely up to you. Remember, without you guys watching this channel, I wouldn't be able to do this channel. I'd get bored and I'd just leave it. But please leave a comment. I'm going to go and listen to these 2 CDs that I've bought. I'm going to put the fan on because it's quite warm today. I'm actually sweating my tits off. I woke up this morning and my face was like a ruptured pig's bottom. But anyway, bit of face cream. You know how it goes. See you in the next video. Bye for now.